Well, howdy folks, welcome to Matthew Answers the Internet, the show where I, with a bunch of your help, endeavour to answer all of the internet's burning board game questions. Board gamers of the internet everywhere, they've got a lot of questions and we've got some great ones this month. But let's see what we can do with the first one, which is, what are the best mass market games? Firstly, let's get down to the nitty gritty with a few definitions. Oh, we love that. What even is a mass market game? I mean, Ticket to Ride has sold 18 million copies in 33 different languages. It's pretty mass market, but we know we don't mean Ticket to Ride. And as well, mass market is kind of it's a board game in put down, isn't it? We don't mean necessarily something good when we say mass market game, but I can tell you right now, every publisher in the world would love to print a mass market board game. But it's, in our common board game parlance, our lingo, we know what we mean by mass market game, don't we? The games that are just around all the time and you think, man, there's so many much better games than that. But they're mass market games. And there has to be a reason. They're selling for something. People are buying them. And there are some fantastic mass market games. And I've got a list of a few. We won't go into the rules and regulations of all these games, but Sorry Sliders. Have you played Sorry Sliders? A bit of Sorry, a lot of Sliders. Not the TV show. What a great show. Sorry Sliders is fantastic. I highly recommend you go and look that up. It's great. Scrabble Slam is a really cool card game version of Scrabble. There's a bit of a theme here because Monopoly Deal is a really good, it's a genuinely good card game version of Monopoly. It's great. As far as Risk goes, which is a mass market game, there's a world of Risk games, two of which are very similar, are the Risk Dune version and the Risk Star Wars version. They're just straight up good games. They're just, you know what I mean? They're straight up great games. And then there's some mass market classics. Boulder Dash. It's fun. It's great. It's very silly. It always makes you laugh. Telestrations is a mass market game. I've never played a bad game of it. Is Mexican Train Dominoes a mass market game? That's on the edge, I feel. If it is, it's great. I like playing Mexican Train Dominoes. It's dominoes, but like an official version with a little train hub in the middle and you're trying to... It's great. It's a really good version of dominoes. Pit is a fantastic, raucous, over 100-year-old game of shouting, which is so much fun. That's market. Dutch Blitz is a game of slapping the table. It's just spamming down cards. It's a lot of fun. And look, I am here to tell you that Boggle is a good game. Boggle is fun. I like Boggle more than I like Scrabble. Scrabble's fine, but Boggle, and it's got a great name. What is that, 10, 11 mass market games? All of which I think are fun. I mean, not everyone's going to like every single game, but not everyone likes any game. There's some fantastic games. You shouldn't always, I don't think, I am guilty of just going, oh, okay, all right. And then finding out it's actually a really good game. There's some not good ones. There's many not good mass market games, but there are some great ones. What I want to know from you is, what do you think are some fantastic mass market games? Because, like always, I'll buy them. And that's great. This is me crowdsourcing to buy things because I'm short of a few things to buy in this hobby, But before we get on to the next question, here is a message from the sponsor who, in part, helped make this episode possible.
I couldn't be more excited about the support we're getting for this episode from Many Worlds Tavern because a couple of years ago I fell deep down a coffee rabbit hole. Can you tell? If you like coffee and you want the easiest way to up your coffee game, you don't need all this stuff. This only happens when you get a little carried away. For good coffee, you want well-roasted whole coffee beans that you grind fresh before you make your cup. And that's what you get with Many Worlds Tavern. They know games are fun, but when you get people together for a game night, you want to create a great experience too. And now you can surprise your guests with a fresh cup of coffee based around themes of adventure, coziness, treasures, magic, and even eldritch horrors. Roasted at their facilities in the US, this is a company of passionate individuals doing exciting and personal work. I'm going to make an espresso using their homely house blend, but check out these information cards that give you details on the coffee that you can flip over and then use as tokens in Magic the Gathering. I know you can get your coffee from a variety of places, but supporting a company that shares a passion for gaming, uses beautiful and sustainable packaging, and roasts coffees that give you a variety of great tastes to enjoy, that's a choice I'm delighted to be encouraging you to make. And if you want a quicker and even easier way into brewing a cup of coffee at game night, they also have instant options, and I was able to prepare a cup in the time it took me to talk about it. Not a coffee person? No problem. Many Worlds Tavern also offers a variety of teas as well. But either way, a big thanks to Many Worlds Tavern for sponsoring this episode and helping make this show possible. If you like this show and want to help support it, pick up a great bag of coffee or tea from Many Worlds Tavern and let them know that Watch It Played sent you. But now, back to the show.
The next question is kind of the opposite in a sense. It's, can a game really be worth $200? Can a game really be worth $200? Well, I would say that is a matter of perspective. $200 to some people, not that much money. $200 to me, that's an expensive game. Let's be real. $200? Are you crazy? For a game? What? But yes, like everything in the world of an open and free market, we are the ones that put the value on things. We're the ones, only we ourselves can answer that question for ourselves. Was that worth $200 to me? And does it remain worth $200? Resale value in board games, not always guaranteed as well. So is it worth $200 to you? Is really the only person that can answer that question. And as well, in a world where there are more than you could possibly name fantastic games for $50, for $20, for $10 games that are fantastic, do you need to own a $200 game? Well, no, you don't need to own anything. And it's only you who can answer the question of whether it's worth it or not. The most expensive game that I own is, frankly, a huge anomaly in my board game collection, because that's Foundations of Rome. I got it second hand, and it's a nice edition, and it was in the realm of $300, around there. It's about £270 I think I paid for it. And Foundations of Rome is in my top 10 games of all time. I mean, you can get Foundations of Metropolis, I think it's called, the other version, but I much prefer the theme. It's a show-stopping game. It does something fantastic, which is it's a huge box, but it doesn't make the setup any... I've owned some deluxe editions of games before, and I play them less than the regular edition because it takes so long to bloody set them up. To me, that one game was an investment. That's something I'll have probably for the rest of my life, and I'll be able to play and enjoy. But I can't justify personally doing that many more times. I think we live in a world where having a luxury product is an okay thing. There's some people who argue all board games are luxury products. I don't quite buy into that, frankly, but I'm not against a luxury product. What I do get frustrated about, actually, in a way, was what Foundations of Rome did to start off with, which was the only way to play this game is the luxury version. That is slightly frustrating. So I was very happy when the different edition came out for the Foundations of Rome. And you have to ask yourself, how often are you going to play this game? Will it really justify itself to you? I mean, the next part of this is there truly... We're using $200 as a stand-in for very expensive board game here, because you can certainly go higher than that. Is there truly $200 worth of components and value and craft in this game? Maybe. It's got 300 minis. Is it really worth that amount of money? The hobby as a whole would just implode if all games were getting more and more expensive to the point that games were $200 each. We're not there, and I don't think we will get to that point, really. I think the hobby would fail to cease to exist before that ever happened. So really we're talking about games on the sidelines, these luxury games, and these just huge games. I still maintain that while a $200 game is not something for me, 99.9% of the time, I still personally believe that board games are the best value for money hobby that you can partake in, other than going for a walk or something like that. You can buy a game, let's say a game's $200. Let's say you play it just two-player. The average night out, the average evening out, let's say that's $50 to go out, to get some food, to watch a movie, to have a nice time, go to the fair. I don't know what people do. I don't do those things. If you play that board game for 2 evenings, it equates to 2 evenings of going out and doing something. And you are instead staying in and having quality time with someone else. So to me, that's a great value for money proposition. And you can do that 20 times, 30 times. The price per evening at that point, it just gets lower and lower and lower until you're thinking, wow, this game gave me a month's worth of nights out, but spent in playing the game for $5 a pop. That's cheaper than going to the movies. It really is. And then you can resell the game, maybe, if it's not, some kind of legacy experience. Don't get me wrong, there are always cheaper games, but when you really do the maths on it, it's not bad. It really isn't. Am I going to fill my collection with $200 games? No, absolutely not. But I'm not against them. And the final question this month is something I've actually been giving a lot of thought to myself for some reason. I do board game content online. I think about games. That's what type of games aren't there enough of? I suppose this answer is different for everyone, because you might say Stefan Feld games specifically, and I'd be saying, yeah, why not? Let's get him. Let's get Stefan Feld in a room, lock him up, and he has to come out with a new game every month. But the actual answer to this, for me personally, was very easy to come to, because there are 2 types of games that I truly believe there aren't enough of, and those are flicking games and Mancala games. I'm also doing the research for this question. I did look up if there are any flicking Mancala games, and I don't think that exists. So, I'll take one, please. One of those. A flicking Mancala. I don't know how it would work, but I would probably buy it. All right, let's go down to the mathematics on this. There are only 360 odd flicking games. 360. And when you look them up, most of those no one's heard of ever in the whole world. How many of those are good? That's not that many great flicking games. And there's only 220 Mancala games. And that includes Mancala and all the different variations of Mancala. 220? For perspective on those numbers, there are 22,000 hand management games, and I love tile-laying games, but there's 9,000 of those. That's a lot. Within the Mancala games, we've got 5 Tribes, Ostia, Trajan, Come Sail Away, Crusaders, A Fistful of Meeples, and Bug Council of Backyardia. All of those games I love. They're all great. I love Mancala. And flicking, fantastic flicking games. We've got Tumbling Dice, Crokinole, Pitch Car, and the fantastic game Snip and Veg. We've all heard of Snip and Veg. We love it. It's a household favourite across the nation. Snip and Veg. For whatever reason, there just aren't, I don't think, that many of those style of games. And I find it strange because the Mancala games, a lot of those are widely regarded fantastic games. And flicking games is for the whole family. It's fun. And most people just love doing that. Yeah, I want more of those. What do you think there aren't enough of? What style of game, what mechanism within games do you think, man, why aren't there more Dutch auctions? Dutch auctions, actually, are fun. Floristry, have you played it? It's new. It's good. It's got a Dutch auction. Love it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. To this and any of the questions we've covered this month, I just Truly appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be here and talk to you. And I want you to be kind to yourself, be kind to someone else. And until next time, thank you so much for watching.